I guess I could just talk about like my friendships over college and how
Mhm.
that progressed. So when I went to college, there was only really one person I um, knew or was a friend with. So I really didn't know anybody. And we have our something called FYE groups, which are pretty much just groups of new students and just get oriented with the campus and stuff and do stuff together as a group. So I started off with that, and then at my dorms I met some people, but you know, the pretty much after our FYE groups ended freshman year, there were two friends that I'm still friends with today that I pretty much became best friends with them because I lived like right next to them in my dorms. So there was that, and then I guess as I started having classes with people and whatever, you know, started becoming friends with more people, and had this group of about 8 people that I'd hang out with on a daily basis. Um, and so freshman year, um, we you know we hung out, and then at the end of the year, lots of people went their separate ways because they either had the transfer and they couldn't afford the school, or they just didn't have the grades. Um, so the group went down to about 4 people, 5 or 4 people, and then sophomore year, I lived with two of the guys that I was friends with, and it was going pretty well. Some things kind of bothered me a little bit, but it was fine until the spring semester. Both of my friends that I lived with failed out. It moved away, so I was stuck with my other roommate and a random guy from Craigslist as a roommate, which was fine. It wasn't bad. And then junior year, I lived by myself and pretty much had one other friend that I hung out with on a daily basis. And I mean, it was cool. It's just there wasn't as many people to hang out with as usual. And then, um, so senior year came along, and um, I lived with pretty much the guy I hung out with all junior year, and then the guys that left sophomore year. Then he ended up leaving in September of my senior year because he couldn't afford rent, and then we're stuck with 3 people, which was me, my friend, and then another guy. So that was pretty much the situation until now, today. But it just shows how much can happen in 4 years. People you meet, people that come and go.